Hey everyone, welcome back to Objective Reviews. My name is Nick, and well, if you missed part 1 of this series, check it out here. And in that, I go through all the parts list and what we are using to build this system. And without any further delay, let's just get into it. The very first thing I want to talk about is the drain port. Now, in any water-cooled build, the drain port is very important. How you set up and where you set it up. Now in my case, we have two radiators, one on the top, one on the bottom, and their ports line up almost perfectly. So I decided to use a straight tubing with a T-fitting at the bottom to have the drain port there with the water running normally through the second radiator. And this worked out way better than I had imagined it in my head when I was ordering parts from EK. The way I was planning it, it worked out really well. The only change I had to make was that I was planning to have the drain port facing front so I can remove the front panel and just drain it out. However, there wasn't enough clearance in the front for the drain port with a 6mm extender, so I had to have it on the side, and that works out pretty well. And now I have the EK logo on the T-fitting facing the front. So that's pretty neat. And with that, instead of opting for the clear tubing, I had some spare black tubing left from a previous build, so I decided to use that instead. And as you can see, it looks really good here. And because of this, what I get is a direct connection between the two radiators without anything hampering its flow throughout the system. So that again worked out pretty well. And hey, this part of the video is sponsored by Sujata Computers. They are based in Pune and they deal with computer parts. I managed to source all my components for this particular build, except for the EK parts, from them in a very timely fashion. So if you have any specific requirements for PC parts, regular customers or enterprise customers, check out the contact details in the description for more information. The next part in this build was to set up the EK pump and res combo. I opted to use the EK uni bracket instead of drilling holes into the SSD plate and mount it directly into the 120mm slot that is available there. Now I do lose a SSD cover, but not a big deal because the res covers up most of it. And then once the res was in, I hooked up the front panel in just to test and see how everything looks. And yeah, even without removing the front peel from the glass, everything looks pretty neat. Now, you can see in the video that I've used the black tubing from the bottom radiator to the pump, and that was changed out later to clear tubing because I ended up finding a leak in one of those fittings. Now, as I was waiting for some parts to come in, I decided to get started on the cable sleeving, and here we have the GPU cables that are ready to go, and by themselves they look pretty okay, but once sleeved they look absolutely gorgeous. Now, the whole sleeving process took me about 3 days for the 24-pin, 2 8-pin for the GPUs and 2 8-pin for the CPUs. And as you can see with the cables plugged in, even on the stock 5700 XT, you can see what I'm going for here. Everything just syncs up very beautifully, as you can see in this shot. The next step was to swap out the stock cooler from the 5700 XT for a water-cooled block. And this was pretty easy to do. Just remove all the screws, slap the new block on, put the screws back, and I retained the stock AMD backplates, so everything was very quick. Now, EK does include a single slot bracket for the 5700 and 5700 XT, and I definitely wanted to make use of that. So I removed the dual slot socket from the GPU and installed the single slot bracket in there. And now I have a single slotted 5700 XT. Pretty neat. And now the single sleeved cables in there on the water block GPU, everything starts coming together. Now, I know that sleeving cables manually is not a job for everyone, or not everyone may have time for that. So I have a giveaway for you guys. I have 2 Cable Mod discount coupons available, and 2 lucky winners will be able to snag one each. For details on the giveaway, check out the description, but it's pretty much the same. Subscribe to the YouTube channel, subscribe to my Twitter handle, and subscribe to my Instagram account. And once you're done, maybe leave a comment if you feel like it down in the comment section, and we'll take it from there. The winners will be announced on the 1st of March. Now, once the GPU was done, I was able to finally get it in there and do all the tubing runs. Everything was pretty easy. As you remember, I had gotten a bunch of 45-degree and 90-degree fittings, so everything went pretty much smoothly. Now it was time to fill up the loop after I leak tested it, and I used EK's leak tester, and it does a very good job. I was able to detect a leak in there and remove one of the faulty fittings. So yeah, that saved me probably about 2 hours of time. And because I was able to leak test it prior to filling it, I pretty much just had the loop going on by itself for a couple of minutes, and that was it. I was able to start and boot my computer. So while you guys watch me fill the loop, I want to answer a quick few questions that you may have. I can already hear the keyboard warriors typing away. Why a 9940X and not AMD 3700X or similar? Well, for the absolute lack of native power management under macOS. Yes, these CPUs work great under macOS and Windows, but they lack power management under macOS, and I didn't want to end up a bill 4 times of what I am getting right now. So yeah, no thank you. Second question, why the 5700 XT? Again, power consumption. Electricity bills, well, we have to keep these things under check. We can't just go balls out because electricity is still very expensive in India, especially considering that most of it comes from non-renewable resources. And third question, why EK and not PISKey fittings or something like that? Well, because EK ships using DHL and they handle customs for you. So I just have to order, DHL gets in touch. Once the parts arrive in India, they ask me to upload a document, and that's it. The parts arrive 3 days later. No headaches for me. Well, now that we're done filling up the loop, it was time to fit the side panel and remove the protective cover of the glass. Luckily, no stickers on the glass on this one. Same thing again with the front panel. Front panel on, remove the protective sticker, and it's already looking good. Well, time to turn it on and hit the B-roll. Enjoy. So here's a quick temp test when the system boots at a ambient temperature of 25 degrees Celsius. So once again, don't forget to check out the sponsor information down in the description, as well as the giveaway link in there. Don't forget the giveaway, pretty cool stuff, cable mods, discount coupons to give away. And as always, if you like this video, hit the like button. If you disliked it, you know what to do. And if you're new around here, don't forget to subscribe. I'd love to hear from you guys down in the comment section. Let's discuss the build. There'll be a part 3 with all the benchmarks and everything. Yes, absolutely. I am not forgetting this time. So I should go get that done. I'll see you guys in the next video. Cheers.